Plan B is a backup birth control option that's there for you when things don't go according to plan. It specifically works after unprotected sex and before pregnancy occurs by temporarily delaying ovulation. Plan B is available nationwide at all major retailers and through delivery apps like DoorDash. No ID, prescription, or age requirement. It's the #1 OBGYN recommended brand of emergency contraception, and it won't impact your future fertility. That's freedom to be. Use as directed.
This episode is brought to you by Starbucks.
That is fire.
Whoa, that's good.
This might be the drink of the summer.
Okay, I like this one too. I'm rocking with it. Okay.
Try it for yourself. Starbucks Refreshers concentrates are coming home. Find them in the coffee aisle and make it yours.
Live, Laugh, Larceny discusses true petty crimes that may be disturbing to some.
Or could be easy listening to all you psychopaths out there.
All stories are based on actual events, but details may vary.
Listener discretion is not advised.
Live,
Laugh.
Welcome to Live, Laugh, Larceny, the show that blurs the line between criminal acts and artistic expression. This is Trevin.
That's true. And I am Amanda. Trevin.
Yes.
What is your dreadful dilemma this week?
This week, I went to an eye specialist.
You did?
So I have this issue. I don't know if I've ever talked about it on the show. My eyelashes on my right eye grow downward.
Yeah, I can see that now.
At night, it's especially bad because when you're driving in the city, like city lights will hit the little hairs and they will make little diamond-shaped glares off my eye.
Oh my God.
But it's been a thing where I've talked to eye doctors here and there and just said, oh, should I do something about it? And most of them are just like, yeah, it sounds like a hard thing to do. So I got a new eye doctor recently and he was really chatty and nice. So I thought, hey, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
And he instantly referred me and sent me somewhere. And it just happened so fast that I was like, I guess I'll go through with this. I really don't want to, but okay. I went to this very nice place and I got to do all these weird, interesting tests where they tested my visibility of seeing dots coming towards me and stuff. As I got to talk to the doctor, he comes in and he has an assistant with him. He said, hey, meet Sarah or whatever. She's my brain. And so she sits in the back of the room and she's typing notes away for him while he's just like in the zone of looking at my eyes.
What in the actual fuck? This sounds villainous, but okay.
I know. I feel like I'm giving him a villain feel and I don't really mean to.
A villain edit? How dare you?
He's sitting down and he's just looking in my eyes and he's grabbing my eyelids and opening them up and looking around my eyeballs. As he's doing it, he's just saying big words out loud. He's like, ocular foreskin. Nice.
No, he did not.
And in the back, the girl's like typing away.
No, he did not say foreskin.
No, I'm just thinking of words that are random. Like one of them, he said conjunctivitis something. And I'm like, oh, God, I feel gross. He's like looking in my eyes and telling me I'm dirty.
Yeah.
And so he's naming all these big words and the girl's just typing around. Then we talk a little bit about it. And he says that I might have floppy eyelid syndrome.
What? That's a thing? I hate to laugh at your misery, but that name, though.
I'm in such an early stage that it's probably not that big of a deal. I just couldn't get over the name.
Floppy eyelid syndrome?
Because I have very stretchy eyelids. They just are very stretchy, apparently. But he also said that a lot of times in this situation, he said, how do you sleep? And I was like, it could be better. And he said, do you think you have sleep apnea? And I said, I do snore sometimes. He said a lot of times people who have your issue, it actually can be related because you're tossing and turning, your sleep hygiene's weird. A lot of times you're like pushing your face into a pillow or something and it's just flattening your eyelids all the time.
Okay. So not only is he saying, boy, you got some floppy eyelids, but he's like, you might also need a sleep apnea machine.
So I'm sitting here with Dumbo eyelids just flopping around. But he said I should get myself a sleep study done and really just look into that issue because he was like, if you do have sleep problems, that can lead to a lot of major issues down the road. So you should probably just look into that. But he said, a lot of times I will do the surgery that fixes your problem, and that a lot of people with that sleeping issue will still have the eyelash problem.
Well, can I give you my take?
Yes.
I know I'm not a doctor, okay?
But you're a mama, and that stands for something.
Thank you. The very first thing I thought of, because honestly, I've never noticed it until you just now told me. And now I can clearly see that your eye is not being blocked by that one at all, but it's clearly being blocked by that one. My very first thing I thought of, you just need to go to the store and buy yourself an eyelash curler.
I will curl them sometimes if it's bad enough.
Yes, I do it all the time. Give it a real firm curl and then go up a little bit more, do it another time, hold it on there. Yeah.
Ooh, a double pinch. Okay.
That's going to really help you. That's my take, okay?
Okay. I should use mine more often, and that's probably what's going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
But ever since then, I have caught that I am a really bad sleeper. Like when I'm laying next to Emily or something, I'll have my arm out and I'll stick my eye socket straight into my bicep and be like, this is comfort. I just do weird things where I'm always touching my face and like smashing my hands into my face. So.
And you had the claw hand problem in your sleep?
Yeah, I don't have good sleep hygiene.
That's what they call it? Sleep hygiene?
Yeah, just bad sleep practices.
Okay, because that just makes me feel like you
I'm
just
dirty.
smell really bad in your sleep and you don't wash your bedding enough. That's just...
Maybe I'm using it wrong. Sleep hygiene is a set of habits and environmental factors that can help you sleep better.
Oh.
So I was right. It's not that I'm stinky.
Okay, that was just how I was accepting that. But the internet don't lie.
It's
I mean,
true.
sometimes it does, but in this case, it's a definition. So I also have a dreadful dilemma. I recently went out to lunch with a friend who's actually coming over here to join us soon.
Ooh, you might hear her name on Patreon.
Yes, she's going to come over and watch a spooky movie with us for Patreon. But my friend Molly and I, we went out to eat to one of our spots we go to a lot. I was telling you about it the last time I was over here, actually, how we went to this restaurant called Andre's. It's really good, but it's also filled with old people, right? Like, we're always the youngest people there. We're always the ones showing the most cleavage. It's just how it is. But the food's good and it's really cute. And Molly...
Do the patrons tip you?
Yes, they do. They all tip us as we leave.
Damn, free meals for days.
Yeah. But it's like a cute cafe and a chocolate shop on the other side. It's really good. Okay. But the dreadful part about it, as we were leaving, we were walking out with our to-go dessert because that's just how we do it. I saw this. This is how we do it. Yeah. I saw this group of older women and men. They were standing right out front of the restaurant, and one of the ladies was trying to take a picture of them. I kind of just feel like it's my duty in life that anytime I ever see this situation happening where clearly they want a picture of all of them, someone is like the odd man out that's doing it, I have to go over there and take their picture. I've been a photographer before. It's my duty.
I mean, you've been in the situation so many times that you want it paid forward back to you when you need it next.
Yes. I see them and I offer to take their picture. And of course, she's like, oh, that'd be great. Before I'm taking their picture, they're all getting set up and they're like, how old do you think we are? And I was like, oh, God, I feel like this is a trap, you know?
Yeah,
But I was like, it's just so hard to tell. You guys are all just so cute. And like all of them started laughing. And she's like, we're 87. We've been friends since we were in the first grade. And
Oh, wow.
then I was telling them, well, Molly and I over here have been friends since birth. And I think they just laughed because they thought we were sisters. But really, we've been friends since birth. Anyway, long story short, I'm cutting it up with these people. We're just making each other laugh. I'm taking all these pictures of them. They're telling me their life story. We get done. I hand them the phone, and the main lady that I gave the phone to, she's like, well, you got to tell me, what do you do for a living? And I was like, just kind of caught off guard. She's like, I got to know, your personality is just so nice. And instead of being like, well, actually, I'm doing a podcast. I have an Etsy store with murder mysteries. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Also, like, blah, blah, blah. I do photos. I just was like, actually, I'm a photographer, because that was just the first thing that came to my mind. And I still kind of am. I just didn't want to have a long convo about what I do, you know?
Yeah, I feel that.
The lady was like, well, I think you would just be great in HR.
Interesting.
Part of me was like, that's probably a really nice compliment because she's saying I'm good with humans and she's saying I'm good with relations. But on the other hand, I've worked so hard to not be associated in the corporate world and to break the mold and be something unique that it was kind of like, aw, I don't know how to take it. I felt a lot of mixed emotions about that one.
She says you need to get back in the office, lady.
She said you need to get your ass in the office and do some HR work because the world needs it.
Yeah, like brighten some days already.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I don't know. No one's ever said that to me before.
Yeah, that is weird. I don't know how I would take it either if somebody said, you would be great in HR.
And no shade to any HR person out there because I have loved so many HR people. In the job that Trevin and I worked at that we both hated, we had a really nice HR lady.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all the boys thought she was extra nice.
She was an angel.
I've never heard that before, so I didn't know how to take it necessarily, but that's fine.
It's kind of a specific job to just try to put on somebody. You know what I mean? Like usually people just kind of say like businessman, very kind of vague job descriptions, but HR is a little more specific and that's interesting.
And like a rule follower. I feel like you have to be a rule follower to be an HR person. I'm like, you don't know me, lady.
Yeah, you're from the streets.
You don't know what I've done. So we are going to be doing a round of 2 truths and a lie.
I've got 3 wires. Which one do I cut?
I'll give you 2 truths and a lie.
But wait, we don't have time for this.
We are, and I'm getting prepared for you to go first. I was getting my stuff out and didn't need it.
Good for you, Trevin. That was a good transition. I'm just going to start this off by saying I am going to be talking about the differences between the Hans Christian Andersen version and the Disney version of The Little Mermaid.
All right.
I wanted to give 2 truths and a lie, and I wanted you to try and solve that, but I do have a little bit to say about it first, just for those who don't know about both of the versions. So written by Danish author Hans Christian Andersen, The Little Mermaid was first published in 1837 as a part of a collection of fairy tales. It wasn't until 1989 that the Disney animated movie was created. So there's quite a bit of time in between those. Are you familiar with all the Hans Christian Andersen writings and the fairy tales and stuff?
I'm familiar that he has a bunch, and I do know some things about his version of this, yes.
Okay. Well, it's very fascinating, and let me tell you, they're a lot more dark than the Disney versions, okay? You'll find that out. I also wanted to give a shout out to this article because I found so many good things. It's called The Little Mermaid. Dive into the differences among the 2 Disney films and the original fairy tale. I didn't really cover the new, what am I trying to say?
The new, like, real life one?
Yeah, I didn't cover that at all, but there is info in this article about that one too.
Oh, cool.
And it is on an Audible blog post, and it was written by Emily Martin. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Statement number 1. Disney named the main character Ariel, while Hans Christian Andersen version simply called her the Little Mermaid. Statement number 2. Disney had the sea witch steal Ariel's voice, trapping it in a shell necklace, while the HCA version also cut out her tongue along with her voice. Statement number 3. Disney's version ended with the Little Mermaid turning human and marrying the prince, while the HCA version ended with her murdering the prince. And HCA, guys, I just can't say Hans Christian Andersen like 5,000 times.
All right, I know the answer.
You do? Do you actually know it, or you just feel it in your soul?
I feel very good that I do know this, actually.
Okay.
And I believe it is statement number 3 is the lie.
Yes!
Because doesn't like somebody kill themselves or something?
So, in the Disney movie, Ariel does marry Eric and the 2 live happily ever after. She's a human. We know this. But in Andersen's fairy tale, the Little Mermaid takes the knife and agrees to kill the prince. But when she tries to do it, she finds that she can't kill him. And instead, she sacrifices herself to save his life and turns into sea foam. So you were right. The other 2, I did want to say a couple little things about them. Statement number 1, as is the case with many fairy tales, the main characters in Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid are given no names. This is a stylistic choice that allows readers to project themselves and their feelings onto the characters. And then statement number 2, in the original story, the sea witch not only takes the Little Mermaid's voice, she also cuts out her tongue. The sea witch also warns the mermaid that the transformation from mermaid tail to human legs would feel as if a sword were passing through you, and that walking on her new feet would feel as if you were treading upon sharp knives with every step.
Ooh, dramatic.
I just had to share that with you all. Sorry.
Well, if I were a mermaid, I wouldn't choose to come up here for anything.
I know!
Not to lose my voice, especially.
God, the tongue, the voice, the legs, the transformation, none of it is worth it for a human man.
Ugh, especially a human man. Well, I love that, and I do love the darkness of those older stories. I think that's very fun. This week, I am going to give you 2 truths and a lie that I promise does not connect to anything else in this episode.
Oh, okay.
The Wild Wild West.
Oh, good Lord.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Statement number 1. Will Smith was originally cast as Neo in The Matrix until he turned it down for Wild Wild West. Statement number 2. Bank robberies were so common during the Wild West that some banks hired armed men to live in the vault. Or statement number 3. Wild West cattle rustler Big Nose George's skin was turned into a pair of shoes after his death.
Wow. I'm torn between A and C, so that probably means it's going to be B. I'm going to go with A as the lie.
You are incorrect.
Dang!
You were actually correct with what you said in the beginning there.
It was B?
It was actually B.
Knew it.
Yes, Will Smith was originally in the running to be Neo for The Matrix.
And he turned it down for Wild Wild West.
Yeah, Jim West, Desperado.
Damn. That's a move.
That is a move. Wild West cattle rustler Big Nose George's skin was turned into shoes after he was lynched for his crimes. Also, I guess part of his skull was turned into a ashtray as well.
What? He didn't want that, right? Like he didn't put that in his will. Like
I don't think that was preferred.
I don't think so either.
I would tell you I didn't actually look that part up. So the lie was that robberies were so common they hired people to live in the vault. And coming from a website called howstuffworks.com, the Wild West was really the mild West. They say, the Wild West, a time when outlaws roamed the plains, every sheriff was a sure shot and gun battles filled makeshift cemeteries with the innocent and guilty alike. Except that it wasn't. As it turns out, this exciting period in American history wasn't as rife with murderous debauchery as Western movies and pulpy novels would have us believe. During a 15-year period in the late 1880s, there was an average of only 3 murders in a town.
So even though they were gruff and tough cowboys and cowgirls with their pistols and tumbleweeds blowing by in the middle, they weren't really shooting that often. Like a shootout was pretty rare.
It sounds like white people building a tough legend of themselves.
That's so true.
But the biggest thing here is bank heists were a rarity. About 8 bank robberies were recorded in the Wild West from 1859 to 1900. And most people didn't carry around a loaded 6-shooter. In fact, few people carried sidearms at all. Many Western towns, such as Dodge City, prohibited the carrying of firearms altogether.
Whoa.
So, about 8.
Maybe we need to kick it back to the Wild Wild West days then.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot safer than it is now. You know what else always makes me feel nice and safe?
Floppy eyelid?
Definitely not. It's ads.
There's never been a better time to get outside and experience the benefits of nature. Discover nearby trails and explore the outdoors with All Trails. Download the free app today and find your outside.
And we are back.
Ooh.
Now, this is not a drill, everyone. It is my first celebrity crime story ever. Obviously, beforehand, I had to tell Trevin, hey, I'm thinking of doing this. Because obviously we always tell each other the names of the petty criminals. And unfortunately, this one is pretty worldwide and pretty well known.
And recent.
And everyone's talking about it. But even though I told Trevin about this, he was already working on a story of his own. So I do not want you guys to think this was planned. Apparently, his is also celebrity related as well, but I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, we would never phone it in and lie to you people. It is going to be a celebrity connection, but it was not planned.
Right. He had already worked on it. This crime popped up everywhere, and it just worked out this way, to be honest. But I'm kind of excited.
It's a fun theme to have, so I was happy about it.
So to get this star-studded episode going, here we go. In a society where anyone can become a star, a celebrity hierarchy was established to sort out the brightest from the dull. Local celebrities fill out the bottom of this diagram, including pageant winners at the state fair, or small-town musicians with a YouTube channel.
This is a song called Wonderwall.
Then starts the alphabet of celebrity lists, with A at the very top and D being dead last. D-listers may include contestants who went on one season of a dating show, or comedians who offended every person they tried to make laugh.
So people with differing beliefs from me, they're all wrong, am I right?
C-listers are like D-listers, but hot. B-listers have more social media followers than C-listers and get invited to the exclusive party of the A-listers. Yet, only a select few of exceptional celebrities will make it to the very top, opening the golden door of opportunities that await, only to those with a key to the A-list. I love you! The rise to stardom sounds glamorous, and at the same time, viciously competitive. But I'm sure all of the scrutiny and invasion of privacy is worth it to get a free pass at life to do whatever you want, right? Today's story is about a celebrity who spent decades on the coveted A-list. His talents ranging from singing in perfect harmony with 4 other guys to flexing his bushy eyebrows on the big screen. He has sold out stadiums across the world, married one of the most gorgeous actresses to exist, and is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Yet, even the brightest of stars can fall, opening the possibility of kissing their place on the A-list. Bye, 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 bye. On a summer day in 2024, Justin Timberlake was having a great day being a super rich and famous celebrity. He took a luxurious bubble bath that morning while he scrolled Instagram to read loving comments from his 72.6 million followers. He spent the rest of his day surrounded by his posse, which included people who were equal parts employees, friends, and ass-kissers. Justin worked out his body and warmed up his vocals, making sure to drink plenty of expensive water in between. He then rested for a while as his posse members showered him with compliments.
You're bringing sexy back.
It was a normal day for Justin as he was in between concerts promoting his latest album, Everything I Thought It Was. The traveling concerts were called the Forget Tomorrow World Tour. It had an ironic name, as Justin couldn't wait to go out with his posse that night and forget all about tomorrow. He was currently in Sag Harbor, New York, and had dinner reservations for that evening at the American Hotel. Not only was it a night off from singing, it was also a night away from his wife and kids. Although his wife, Jessica Biel, was also in New York, she was preoccupied with filming for an upcoming movie. Justin drove to the restaurant alone to meet back up with his inner circle. Once he arrived at the American Hotel restaurant, he and his posse were led to a private room. The crew dined on fancy apps, fresh seafood, and threw back the largest martinis they had ever seen. Over the past few years, Justin had been feeling as tightly wound as his once signature curly hairstyle. A handful of years earlier, he was accused of holding hands with someone other than his hot wife. And it was only last year when his iconic ex released a book, proving that he really was a dick in a box. With all the pressure Justin was under, with his tour, image, and life in general, it was nice for him to let loose with pricey martinis and friend groupies.
Who do you think will drink the most tonight, Justin?
One thirsty pal asked the 10-time Grammy Award winner. Justin looked at his inferior posse member and replied with confidence,
"It's gonna be me."
They laughed as Justin reminisced on his time in the Mickey Mouse Club and cried as he told his side of why his boy band broke up.
I guess we weren't in sync.
It was a wild night, filled with nostalgia and liquor, and came to an end shortly after midnight once Justin decided it was time to go night-night. A few of Justin's crew members were concerned about Justin driving himself home after a night of drinking, but he told them he was fine and that he would follow the rest of them who rode in a separate vehicle. Justin slid into the front seat of his gray 2025 BMW and turned his music on shuffle, only to be greeted with the familiar intro chords to Britney Spears' "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time." Instead of changing the haunting tune, he hit the gas with full force, speeding past the stop sign in front of the restaurant.
Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know?
Justin sped into the road.
That something wasn't right.
His ex-girlfriend's song distorted into slow motion as Justin squinted his eyes to see.
When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign.
Just then, Justin saw police lights behind him.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
He was suddenly jolted back to normal speed, allowing him to turn off the music and pull off to the side of the street. The car full of his posse members also parked nearby Justin and the cop. Stepping out of the police vehicle was a young cop who was new to the force. Yet, he didn't let his inexperience affect his confidence level. The newbie officer knew exactly what power he held and was over-prepared to use it. The officer approached Justin's driver's side door, prompting the boy band idol to roll down his window.
License and registration,
The young officer demanded without any expression on his beardless face. It wasn't the greeting Justin had grown accustomed to, but he did what the officer requested. As he handed over his documents, Justin asked,
"Do you happen to know who I am? You see, I was just following my friends home, and I would love if I could get on my way home."
The cop raised his eyebrows at the heavy scent of alcohol coming from Justin's mouth and shook his head.
No, I do not know who you are, but according to your driver's license, you are Justin, and according to my recollection, you also blew past the stop sign and swerved into another lane. How much have you had to drink tonight?
"I just had one martini."
Justin wailed. Tears started to pool up in his blue eyes. Nevertheless, the seemingly remorseful pop star and his tears had zero effect on the officer.
Oh, brother, cry me a river.
The young man in blue said coolly, taking the license and registration back to his vehicle.
"Wait, that's the name of a song of mine."
Justin yelled after the cop, but it was no use. He sat there, alone in his BMW, at the mercy of a cop who had no idea who he was. He felt more vulnerable than he had when he exposed Janet Jackson's nipple on live television.
Now it's a party.
The cop returned, telling Justin to exit his vehicle for a field sobriety test. This was a task he had trained his whole life for. Fancy footwork under pressure was Justin's entire young adulthood. Although the audience was small and the lighting was shit on the side of the dark road, Justin was ready to make some magic happen. He was instructed to walk a straight line, balance on one foot, and make a simple turn. But to Justin's horror, each task was more difficult than the last.
Looks like your feet simply aren't in sync,
the officer said in a deadpan manner.
"Oh, come on. You have to know me."
On to the breathalyzer test.
The cop continued on, without acknowledgement to Justin's bruised ego.
Absolutely not. I refuse to take that test.
Justin whined. His posse members echoed the sentiment from their parked car, begging for him to be let go.
Come on, man. He was in the social network.
If you refuse this test, then I'll need to take you to the station with me,
the officer said, quickly cuffing Justin Timberlake and putting him in the back of his cruiser. The police cruiser took off down the dark street, leaving Justin's posse in the dust. It was quiet in the back seat until finally, Justin spoke to himself under his breath.
This is going to ruin the tour.
The cop looked up at his rearview mirror and asked without interest,
What tour?
Justin sniffled before managing to reply,
The world tour!
There was an awkward pause between the men before the officer offered up his best advice.
You know what they say about making mistakes? What goes around comes back around.
On Monday, June 17th, 2024, 43-year-old Justin Timberlake went out to eat with friends at the American Hotel in Sag Harbor, New York. Around 12:30 a.m., an officer spotted a gray 2025 BMW running a stop sign and veering out of its lane. The officer pulled the vehicle over and quickly determined the driver was intoxicated. An insider told Page 6 that the cop who pulled Justin Timberlake over was so young that he didn't recognize him or his name. According to police reports, the officer described the driver as the following.
His eyes were bloodshot and glassy. A strong odor of an alcoholic beverage was emanating from his breath. He was unable to divide attention. He had slowed speech. He was unsteady of foot, and he performed poorly on all standardized field sobriety tests.
Police reports also state that Justin told the officer he had one martini and was following some friends home. Sources told TMZ that his friends tried to intervene on his behalf, to no avail. Justin was then handcuffed and driven to a police station in nearby East Hampton. Page 6 sources stated that on the drive home, Justin said under his breath, "This is going to ruin the tour." The cop replied, "What tour?" And Justin said, "The world tour." Court papers stated that Justin refused a breath test and that he listed his occupation as professional and said that he's self-employed. JT was then charged with 1 count of driving while intoxicated and 2 other traffic violations, not stopping at a stop sign and failure to stay in a proper lane of travel. His next court date was scheduled and announced for July 26th of this year. On Wednesday, June 19th, Justin's attorney Edward Burke Jr. released a statement obtained by People magazine, saying,
Mr. Burke looks forward to vigorously defending Mr. Timberlake against these allegations. He will have a lot to say at the appropriate time. He is currently awaiting for full discovery from the DA's office.
At the time of this recording, there has been no comment made by the criminal celeb himself. However, a mugshot is worth 1,000 words. His mugshot was later released to the public, showing a stoic Justin with glassy red eyes and pursed lips. This story is proof that even those at the very top of the celebrity pyramid can fall from grace. It is also proof that someone worth millions still avoids paying for an overpriced Uber. If I had any advice for Justin, it would be not to martini and drive. Also, he should really look into his own lyrics when trying to apologize to Jessica Biel for his actions. I'll leave you all with my recommended apology excerpt from Sexy Back. Dirty babe, you see these shackles, baby? I'm your slave. I'll let you whip me if I misbehave. It's just that no one makes me feel this way.
Take it to the chorus.
Come on, girl. Oh, here we go with it.
I can drive Emily crazy with that one.
Oh my God. Take it to the cars.
Sometimes I like to sing it like a really nerdy white guy, and I'll be like, get your sexy on.
Get your sexy on.
And Emily hates it.
Oh my God. We should annoy her with that tonight.
She would not love it.
So did you know all of this information for the most part?
I just knew things that had been memed. So I knew the world tour thing because I just found that to be so funny. And now there's certain meme pages that use that phrase for other things. Like, what a good thing to say back if something happens. Like, if your pizza's late, it's like, this is going to ruin the world tour.
I know. I follow a lot of Real Housewives accounts, like fan pages and stuff, just to see the tea that's happening. And a lot of them are making memes with the Housewives and the world tour quote. And it's cracking me up.
It is a good. I didn't know about the martini thing.
Okay, so I wanted to make sure, because with a celebrity case, there are things that are actually said in the police document, and then there are things said on like page 6 and TMZ. So I wanted to make sure before I said each recapped thing that's out in the media that I said where it came from, because you just never know.
Right.
And I've never done this before, so I'm just trying to make sure I explain it. But it was actually in the police report that he did say, I only had one martini, is what he kept saying.
Dang.
That's why in the story I was like, they were delivered the largest martinis of all time. Because clearly this guy was hammered. He could smell the alcohol in his breath. He was stumbling. He couldn't walk in a straight line. Like, this is Justin Timberlake. He should be able to know how to do a twirl, okay?
Oh, for real. And I bet he's put on some shows a little shwasted.
Yes. I found it extremely interesting that his lawyer put out this statement, which sounds like they're going to fight this.
I mean, I'm sure he will, but...
And if he did refuse the breathalyzer test, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, I can only report what I have in front of me today, but I guarantee more things will come out as the next trial happens and all of that. There was just so much I could have gone into. There's so much. I just wanted to make sure I hit the best puns that I could think of. And I looked up so many of his song lyrics. I looked up all of his awards. I looked up how many kids he had. All these things. I had to do so much research on this man.
You've been living Justin Timberlake all week.
I really have. Did you know that the posse members were trying to get involved? I mean, I just called them his posse, and I called them ass kissers. Obviously, I don't know who JT goes out to dinner with. It just said he was there with friends and that they were in a separate car. And they did, in fact, pull over. And according to, I think it was TMZ, they tried to intervene, being like, let him go, man, let him go.
Wow.
And the guy was like, no. The officer did not know who he was, according to them. And not only was it a petty crime where luckily nobody got hurt from it, which they could have, so I'm glad that didn't happen. I thought it was silly that he said he only had one martini. I thought it was silly that he was talking about his world tour in the back of a cop car. I mean, it fits so many like dumb criminal tropes that we normally cover, but it's just JT.
And saying that under his breath, it goes along with your bit where it's just like, come on, man.
I know, it's like, just let me go.
The world tour.
The world tour. And then another thing that it's like a dumb criminal 101 is that immediately when he drove out of the hotel is when he ran the stoplight and he immediately swerved.
Yeah.
It happened right
pretty
there.
Quick.
Oh, shit. There is one thing I didn't say is that also the restaurant was like right by a police station too. So it's like right when he ran the stop sign, right when he swerved, there were cops right there.
Damn.
So he was just being a little ding-a-ling.
What he should have said if this was a younger officer who wasn't familiar with him, he should have sang him something from Trolls.
I know. I almost made a joke in there about how although the boy band era is over, he still is like filling the ears of our youth through the movie Trolls and other animated things. But I didn't get there. My daughter loves Trolls, though.
Oh, I bet. Very colorful.
I looked at the mugshot with great intensity. I'll be sure to follow up with it. And if there's any other funny little things, I'll be sure to maybe give a little tiny follow up. But for my first celebrity crime, it's a big one. I felt a lot of pressure. I hope I did it justice.
I also like that you took on a celebrity crime that's so recent.
Yeah.
It's very rare that we can get on a story very recently. Unfortunately, we're recording this episode before our 4th of July break, so it's not going to be as recent as we want. But
I know.
It is still really cool to jump in on like a trending crime.
I know. I was thinking that. I was like, oh my God, this is going to come out and there's probably going to be a lot more information information. Yeah, we are recording this. It is still June, okay? I'm sure there will be more to come, but I am glad I had plenty of information to go off of already.
Yes, you certainly did. I didn't even look into the crime when I saw it happen because I thought, nah, that's probably not anything to work with.
Yeah, no, it was silly.
Ready to experience something new? All Trails helps you find your next hike. Whether you're looking for something nearby or planning a trip, read reviews from real people like you to choose your trail and know what to expect. You can also download the map in case service gets spotty. Plan and experience your next hike with All Trails, the app for exploring the outdoors. Download it today and find your outside.
Well, this week, I also have a celebrity story going on. I'm not going to tell you who it is yet. We'll get there. And I've already found so many connections in what we're doing, not just the celebrity connection.
Really? Okay, good.
We are on very same wavelengths. And I'm just going to let you guys know that this is going to be a very fun episode.
Okay, I'm ready.
Without making you wait any longer, let's just keep the star-studded time going, like you said.
I'm ready.
And here we go. Sex. Woo doggy. It's a wild ride. But instead of focusing on the act of bumping uglies itself, let's talk about its role in our society. Sex is as ingrained in our culture as Star Wars spin-offs and chart-topping hits. Each decade redefines what's hot, weaving sex appeal into the wet dreams of the next generation. In the early 2000s, pop stars like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera gave themselves massive G-string wedgies, transforming butt floss into the seductive accessory known as the whale tail. Then, in the 2010s, Jennifer Love Hewitt tried to make vajazzling a thing, replacing pubes with bedazzled jewelry. These are just a couple of examples of sex's endless rebranding, and trust me, history is full of even weirder ways of cultivating carnal urges. No matter when you're listening to this, be it July 2024, the far-off future of 2088, or somehow in the past via a time machine, I guarantee sex is a topic on people's minds. Humans just want to be inside each other, and the bigwigs of the world found a way to turn that desire into cash. Ironically, so they can buy sex too. It just sells. Our weaker urges have become companies' strongest selling points. Axe deodorant turned teen boys into sex icons with a spray. Kim Kardashian made girls believe they could get her toned cheeks with Skechers shape-ups. And Carl's Jr. and Paris Hilton taught me how to be horny for hamburgers. Thanks to our need to temper lascivious thoughts with spending, our world is wall-to-wall sex, all to distract your mind and get your money. Because of these profitable truths about our human sexual nature, the presence of sex in all facets of life is just expected. We are desensitized, no longer shocked when even bottled water is marketed by a burlesque dancer. It's just what it is. Now anything from toenail clippers to snowplows can give me a random boner. And I have nothing to blame but capitalism. Now, imagine a sheltered individual suddenly thrust into a steamy, sexy world at large. How shocking would it be to penetrate our hot world cold? Well, our main character is about to find out, with a little help from a sex icon of yesteryear. The setting of a small company's corporate office differs greatly from the large cubicle farms and workplace comedies. In these intimate environments, office culture is often dictated by the loudest voices.
This is the bad bitch of the office.
At the 4-person accounting firm Lipschitz and Taint, this voice belonged to the Queen Bee, Samantha H. Samantha brought a winning spirit, worldly knowledge, and a way with numbers that made any aspiring accountant want to get down and call her mommy. She exuded success, and as soon as she opened Lipschitz and Taint up for partners, 2 fierce girl bosses plugged right in with the company's mission. The 2 women, Gwen and Bess, acted as interchangeable parts of Samantha's well-oiled machine. Even Samantha would get them confused. As long as a blonde bombshell in a pinstripe power suit was nearby, she knew the request would be handled, even if she wasn't sure which bombshell received the message. Lipschitz and Taint, led by the stylish, type A Samantha, prided itself on a team of strong women. But their diversity hire, Justin, struggled to fit in with his bold colleagues. Justin was a bit of a late bloomer, or at least he was holding out hope that he might one day bloom. With a homeschooled education and a sheltered childhood, taking a job at a Los Angeles accounting firm felt like a big adventure. However, the culture shock that quickly followed dampened the enthusiasm he had felt when he first applied. The more Justin overheard side conversations about the tortured poets department, Matt Healy getting engaged, or the challenges of drinking wine while breastfeeding, the more he found himself developing tunnel vision for his numbers. He couldn't relate to the lives of his coworkers, and truth be told, he had no idea what they were talking about. The only pop culture he was familiar with was his giant collection of soda bottles from the 1950s. This sad truth didn't stop Justin from trying, however. Although the savvy personalities of his coworkers intimidated him, Justin viewed their friendship as a challenge he could overcome. Just like the time he stayed up all night trying to crack Brazilian tax codes for his geographical accounting final, he felt that being cool could be achieved in a similar way. Drawing on his academic experience, Justin purchased a self-help audiobook, How to Win Coworkers and Avoid Politically Charged Conversation. The lesson started out promisingly, but as he was prompted to purchase the subsequent volumes, he couldn't help but notice how the author seemed to find everything politically triggering.
Always recycle in front of coworkers that you want to like you, but don't recycle if they think you're a hippie, then they won't respect you. And don't call them hippies. Hippies don't like that. I know what you're thinking. Can I say anything nowadays? And the answer to that is in my $30 audiobook, How to Announce Your Prejudices and Not Get Canceled. Buy now.
With his very informative audio adventure over, Justin sat in silence, deciding if another book of tirades was the right move for his friend-making goals. As he checked his bank account for available funds, he overheard a conversation from the next cubicle over.
Why so blue, Bess? Is it all the yacht taxes we write off using companies' charity donations?
As much as that does hurt to see each day, I just checked tickets for Madonna's celebration tour and the prices are ridiculous. I know she's a material girl, but damn!
In this economy, it's hard to stay in vogue. How much are the tickets?
$500.
$500? My God! Now I'm also sad. I was hoping to go to that show too. But the prices! I heard the tour is supposed to be a nearly 3-hour performance of her life story.
Well, if we ever get tickets, I'd love to go with you.
Justin listened to the woman with intent. He loved 17th century modern art of the Madonna and all artistic representations of the Virgin Mary. Not only that, but an entire celebration tour? For a guy who's essentially lived under a rock his whole life, even he could see why the leaders of his firm felt so strongly. As Justin clicked on the checking account in his online banking site, the $40,000 balance stared back at him. He wondered why he even took the time to check his balance since he had no social life to spend money on. There was no question he could afford the next installment of his misguided friend guide, but the conversation between Samantha and Bess had him thinking bigger. With one tab open to the audiobook and another to tickets for Madonna's celebration tour, Justin tried to weigh the pros and cons of his decision. After months of learning how to win coworkers and avoid politically charged conversations, he was tired. The only thing those books really taught him was how to fear the woke bourgeoisie. Deciding to take a risk for a better outcome, Justin chose to buy his peers' friendship instead of earning it. He went back to the celebration tour site and purchased 4 tickets for the entire show.
Excuse me, ladies,
Justin called, catching Samantha's attention as she stood by Bess's desk.
Good morning, Justin. I hope we weren't being too loud over here.
Samantha replied.
It's no problem at all. I actually couldn't help but overhear that you two were talking about celebrating art featuring the Madonna. I happen to have 3 extra tickets if you think we should make a work trip out of it.
Samantha looked surprised.
That's very generous. You don't really seem the type. Are you familiar with Madonna's work?
Oh yeah, Our Mother of Perpetual Help, Madonna and Child, and who could forget the Immaculate Conception? There is so much great work featuring the Madonna.
Samantha glanced at Bess, impressed by Justin's apparent knowledge. Most people's favorite Madonna songs were Holiday or Papa Don't Preach. The Immaculate Conception must be a lesser-known deep cut even they didn't know.
If you're sure you want to do this, and you don't mind paying for our tickets, we'd love to join you for the celebration tour,
Samantha said. For the rest of the day and the following weeks, Justin watched his popularity grow within the small work group. Samantha began stopping by his desk to chit-chat about random happenings, while Gwen would order 2 egg-white toasted macadamia chai teas, just to give one to him. It felt nice to be thought of. Work had become a place for fun with friends and making money, until the night of the concert finally came. Justin showed up to the Kia Forum early, securing the best vantage point to spot his coworkers when they arrived. He scanned the faces of each passerby, noting the unique and eclectic attire: leather, lace, and seashell bras. Art featuring Madonna definitely brings out some freaks, he thought to himself, looking down at his muted gray turtleneck and slacks. Despite his healthy fear of everyone nearby, Justin took comfort in knowing he was meeting up with the few professional people attending this show. No matter how intimidating he found Samantha and his other coworkers, they were tame compared to his current surroundings. This sense of comfort was short-lived, however, when his expected team of businesswomen showed up dressed as a matching trio of schoolgirls.
Are you ready to get into the groove?
Samantha shouted over the crowd. Justin glanced at his boss, who was proudly sporting a mountain of cleavage and legs that seemed to go on forever. He didn't even know she had that much skin. I am, he managed to squeak out.
I trust we can all be professional about the bodacious rack I have on my personal time,
Samantha said.
Speaking of which, you seem to be in shock. Have you not been to a Madonna concert before?
I've just been a fan from afar, Justin replied.
So some would say you're like a virgin?
Samantha quipped. I don't get it, Justin admitted. The 4 tax professionals made their way through the lines to the $500 seats Justin had purchased.
5 minutes till showtime!
Samantha shouted, holding her beer high.
And these seats fucking rock!
I know, Justin shouted back. We're going to get a great look at the art. For the next 10 minutes, Justin kept his excitement at peak arousal. He was ready to see the Madonna and a celebration of all her various looks over time. But after showtime, the only thing he managed to see was some backstage workers bumbling around and double-checking the mics.
Testing?
More and more time passed. Justin sat after 30 minutes of waiting, while the professional schoolgirls with him lasted a full hour.
Start the show already!
Their patience was pushed over the borderline, until, an hour and a half after the scheduled showtime, like a prayer, Madonna finally appeared.
It's about fucking time.
The crowd leapt to their feet, cheering on the emergence of their long-awaited performer.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Madonna yelled into the mic. Screams poured from the mouths of crowd members, while Justin answered the question honestly to himself. I'm uncomfortable and very confused.
I want to thank you all for being patient with me.
Madonna continued.
I had to make sure I was nice and sexy for you all. So let's start our first song and feel free to let loose and celebrate your bodies.
As the blaring music began, Madonna ripped off her sparkly jacket, revealing a lace corset. The crowd erupted, and Justin's heart pounded. This wasn't the Madonna he knew from art history. He felt a wave of panic as the lyrics turned overtly sexual, each line a stark reminder of how out of place he was.
Boobs. Yeah, I got 'em. They could sink a ship, they got a nip on the tip, and I found them. They look good in a sweater. And I rock the house when I open my blast some warm weather.
It was a full-blown sex
I
show.
breathe life into this party with the mounds upon my body. These TITs are VIPs, you're forever a nobody. Make you order by the pound. Going for a hug, I'll knock you down. When I get older, they'll be on the ground. But I got the bestest breast in town.
This was no art of the Virgin Mary as depicted by male artists throughout time. This was a diva flaunting her sex bits while others screamed in support. The news of a gathering of this caliber would have offended Justin. The reality that he found himself in felt unfathomable. Justin quickly pulled out his phone and Googled Madonna with more dubious intent. As the page loaded, his virgin eyes were attacked with the very unvirgin images of Madonna. Topless photographs and nude scenes from films popped up on his screen. Even when he searched for her art, all that came up was a softcore pornography book called Sex that she made in the 90s. He had never seen so many nipples and ass dimples in all his life. Now, mixed with the mistake of wearing a turtleneck, the regret Justin felt was enormous. The thousands in attendance dancing, yelling, and sweating made survival difficult, not to mention the additional heat caused by the erotic pop music. All he wanted to do was join his fellow ticket holders in a state of undress, but he couldn't expose his plain white t-shirt underneath. That wouldn't be decent. Before Justin was forced to make a tough decision, Madonna addressed the heat openly with the crowd.
Are you all feeling hot out there?
She shouted. It felt like maybe there was a little Virgin Mary in her after all. What a saint, he thought to himself, believing that a little relief might be coming his way. The crowd wailed and hollered at the question, and even Justin joined in. Yeah, turn up the AC, he yelled out, feeling like part of the crowd.
Then take off your clothes, because we came here to get hot.
Madonna responded.
Feel free to grind on each other for this one.
A new song began, and everyone around him started gyrating and sweating on each other.
Take me, man meat.
All Justin could think about was how unfair this was. He had a legitimate issue with the heat, yet everyone else thought fornicating in public was a better use of their time.
I'm having a wet spell, and if you've noticed, I've been making it rain. Opened up the floodgates in me, so hop in your boat, come and get a piece.
For the nearly 3-hour runtime of the concert, Justin's eyes were assaulted with lewd images.
Oh God.
Thonged butts shook. Dongs bounced in tight pants. And he even watched topless women simulate sex acts as if a pornography was being made right there on the stage.
I'm having a female orgasm.
Justin had stepped into some kind of sexy alternate dimension where the population was wall-to-wall sex fiends. Someone needed to answer for this indecent exposure. Shrouded beneath the noise of the rambunctious crowd, Justin yelled his warning to the diva performing before him.
You'll pay for this, Madonna, if it's the last thing I do,
he shouted. The Queen of Pop continued singing to her giant crowd of sexually charged yet adoring fans. As the encore went on, Justin opened up his to-do list on his phone, adding one new task for the next day: sue Madonna. In March of 2024, pop icon Madonna was sued for, quote, pornography without warning after the Los Angeles performance of her celebration tour. The lawsuit, filed by grown man Justin Lipples, states, during the performance, plaintiff was forced to watch topless women on stage simulating sex acts. Plaintiff felt like he was watching a pornographic film being made. It also went on to call Madonna's actions, quote, intentional, extreme, and outrageous, and that, quote, such actions were done with the intent to cause serious emotional distress or with reckless disregard of the probability of causing serious emotional distress. Along with these complaints, Lipples is also suing Madonna for starting the show 2.5 hours late, lip-syncing, and refusing to turn the AC up, instead unreasonably telling the crowd to take off their clothes. Justin Lipples is suing for breach of contract, negligent misrepresentation, unfair competition, false advertising, and emotional distress. No comments have been made by Madonna or her tour management, Live Nation. In today's world, sex is omnipresent, making Justin's surprise all the more baffling. How could anyone attend a Madonna concert without knowing what they're in for? Regarding the tour, I couldn't find reviews mentioning it as overly sexually charged. While some songs are sexual, a show with numerous topless numbers would be bigger news. For this story, let's consider Justin a prude who lost his way. If you're prim and proper, or a slip of a nip ruins your day, perhaps society isn't for you. But if you're a deviant like me, let's coordinate matching fishnet outfits and meet up for the celebration tour. If it's anything like what Justin said, it may actually be worth $500 ticket.
Hell yeah, it does seem like that. We not only had two celebrity stories, but we also had two Justins.
We had two Justins. We had both music. We both talked about nip slips. We both talked about society.
We both talked about society. We even talked about bottled water.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I talked about how Justin drank expensive bottled water, and I cannot remember what you said, but immediately when I heard it, I was like, oh, expensive fancy water.
I referenced the bottled water commercial that Dita Von Teese did.
Yes. So, holy crap.
And we did not plan any of it.
I'm in shock that we both had the desire to cover big pop icons on the same week without ever talking about it.
I think this is going to be a big episode for you too, because I'm planning on putting some music numbers in for you to sing for the Madonna one.
Nice.
You asked for it and I found a way to make it happen.
Oh my God. I think it's going to be a high production episode, so I'm very sorry because I had my Britney Spears moment on my story and now we have the Madonna. Everyone just get ready to hear me sing.
Mm-hmm. I purposely planned it to be this episode so that I would have the 4th of July week off to put more effort in.
Nice. Okay.
'Twas strategic.
So he sued her. She has not made a comment.
Yes, exactly. Nothing will probably come from this.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the news makes these articles and the way they spin this narrative is so interesting because, like, in my imagination, when you read those headlines, you think, oh, there must just be some prudish guy that just happened to find himself at a Madonna concert.
Right.
If you want my theory of what I really think happened,
I do.
And I don't think would make a very good story.
What?
His attorney has the same last name as him. I believe it's his dad.
No. No.
So I think it's either one of two things. I think that he's either trying to just get some money, because you already knew notoriously Madonna has been getting in trouble for starting these concerts late.
Yes, hours late. I've heard of that. Yeah.
I didn't know if he thought that he could use his lawyer father to kind of poke holes and make some money. Or if they're a Los Angeles firm, which they are, maybe they somehow have ties with Live Nation and they're actually trying to do it to drum up publicity.
You little conspiracy theorist for the celebs. But they do that. They do that. They'll take any press to promote their shit. So
Yeah, I mean, like horror movies do that when they say like, oh, people vomited at how scary this movie was. And
they show the movie theater clips of people throwing their popcorn like 5 rows back. They're like, you'll shit your pants if you watch this.
Or they'll have people say that they had a heart attack or something. It was so scary. And
It's like, we've had 5 people die in this theater.
and that will get people to say, oh, I don't think it's that scary. I'll buy a ticket and go.
Right. They're like, I don't think Madonna's show is that sexual, performing oral sex in front of me.
And if that's the case,
Sign me up.
that's why I was looking in the reviews, because I was like, somebody should have said, they call it her Eras tour because she's going for almost 3 hours long. They said that there's a song part where she talks about she was in a coma recently or something.
Oh, shit. Madonna, what you been doing, girl?
So she goes through all this deep life stuff in it, and this guy's having this sexual awakening at the concert, and I'm thinking it either seems like publicity.
Yeah. Or a weird prude that's like, Daddy, I want money.
Or he's just trying to get money. But I think the dude was in his like mid to late 30s. He's not young, or he's not old, super old. I mean, no age makes sense to not know who Madonna is.
No, if you're going to a Madonna concert and you're going to leave thinking I must sue her for shaking asses, you've got some wires crossed. So I understand where you came up with the whole Madonna art idea. I love that.
I assume you have no friends if you don't know who Madonna is.
Yeah.
It says that he did buy $400 or $500 tickets.
Damn.
But again, how did you buy $400 or $500 tickets and not expect something sexy happening?
That's a lot of money to spend and then to be so against it.
Yeah, that's why I think there's something fishy afoot.
There is something. Wow, Trevin. Our star-studded episode has finally come to an end.
And I enjoyed myself.
I enjoyed myself too. I had a lot of fun writing it, and I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of fun coming up with the background stuff.
I agree.
So I hope everyone is just having the best week. And remember, no matter the crime, big or small, in the end, we're all doomed.
Doomed to have a pair of floppy eyelids.
Bye.
See ya.
Boobs. Yeah, I got 'em. They could sink a ship, they got a nip on the tip, and I flaunt 'em. They look good in a sweater. And I rock the house when I open my blast in warm weather. I breathe life into this party with the mounds upon my body. These TITs are VIPs, you're forever a nobody. Make you order by the pound, going for a hug, I'll knock you down. When I get older, they'll be on the ground, but I got the bestest breast in town. They say that we are living in a man's world, but I've got them in a trance with these bad girls. The view from way up here is incredible. The boys can keep their toys, I'll just run the show with my knockers. Knockers. I'll just run the show with my knockers. Knockers. My eyes are up here, boys. This isn't just for those who are well endowed, or sexes who are born with boobs. If you've got the urge to fight, whatever you call them, your knockers are inside of you. Now stick out your chest and make them bounce. We got comfort melons, headlights, honkers, milk jugs, or some massive chunkers. Yabos, fun bags, even bee stings, chesticles, or sweater puppies. Hangers, bangers, and the twins, mud flaps, slapjacks, lady mountains, tatas, nom-noms, juggernauts, nipple holsters, tater tots. They say that we are living in a man's world, but I've got them in a trance with these bad girls. The view from way up here is incredible. The boys can keep their toys, I'll just run the show with my knockers. 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 I'll just run. Knockers. Knockers. I'll just run. My knockers. Knockers. I'll just run the show with my boobs, breasts, nipples, chest. My knockers are the best. My knockers are the best.
Knockers.
My back hurts. Get out of the HR department and come on over to our Patreon. We have bonus episodes, we have parody songs, we have movie nights.
And find us on social media and share your favorite Justin Timberlake memes. Find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or Threads. Live, Laugh, Larceny.
And have you ever sued Madonna? If so, shame on you. But send us your petty crime story to livelaughlarceny@gmail.com.
And it's the wild, wild west out there for getting reviews. Nobody's been sending them. Give us 5 stars wherever you rate podcasts. Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods.
Do you happen to know who I am? You see, I was just following my... that's way too girly. How does JT sound? What do I need to do better?
It's so subtle. It's hard to really
He's kind of like... I'm like a girly boy.
That's how you get yourself in character. Just like, I'm like a girly boy. And then just start.